All right, so if you didn't see the last video, this is my new, well, obviously used 1990 Chevrolet C2500.
New to you.
New to me, yeah. Today we're gonna pull the heads off because it's got bad valves. Definitely on this side and maybe on that side, because if you put your hand over the exhaust, it sucks your hand on and off of it. So it's definitely got some bad valves and it runs pretty bad. We just gotta take the intake off. Gotta take, well, everything off the intake first, and then the intake comes off.
No, well, we're gonna leave everything on the intake, make it easier. All on both this bracket for all the map sensor and the evap purge solenoid, and take this off, but we'll leave the throttle body on it. That way we don't have to mess with the gaskets and stuff under there, because those can be a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. And alternator is gonna have to come off, but everything here can stay. Only reason the alternator's got to come off is because of, you know, the head's not going to come up through there, but it can be unbolted from here. Oh wait, actually,
surprise, motherfucker.
No. Well, I just lied my ass off. We got to take the power steering pump's got to come off to get to this bracket bolt, which is behind the pump, and or the reservoir, and to get to the bolts for the pump, this pulley's got to come off. We got to get a puller for that. So yeah, might be a little difficult with all that, but we're gonna get it. And he just noticed something that might be why I didn't mention it before, but the gauges are kind of acting funny, and there's a ground that's completely just hanging there,
and the other one's not close behind. It's literally barely attached down here.
Yeah, we're gonna fix all that while we're at it, and maybe the gauges will start working better, but I doubt it.
At least we'll feel better about it, you know.
Yeah. Well, with no further ado, we're gonna get started. Okay, so far it's all going pretty smoothly. The exhaust bolt on the bottom came out without putting up a fight or braking, so that's great. Got all the fan and the shroud off, got the distributor off, got a bunch of little things off. So far so good.
Well, you know, guy, what they say about so far so good goes way back to the first guy that jumped off a skyscraper, jumps off the 80th floor, says so far so good. Passes the 70th floor window, so far so good. Past the 50th floor window, so far so good.
And you get to the first floor.
Yeah, you get to the first floor, bam.
Exactly.
Smashes, yeah, just
exactly.
like that. Just hits the ground and that's it, you know. Harder.
Okay. Whoa. Oh. 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 These exhaust bolts are actually coming out pretty easily. Look at that. I'm getting that one out by hand. There we go. One bolt. Two bolts.
One bat. Two bats.
All right, I got to talk really loudly because iPhone mics apparently are bad, and you got to edit the videos to be louder. So anyway, I'm not going to keep doing that. I got most of the bolts out on this side. I got all the bolts out on this manifold, and the manifold's off. Only reason I haven't got this one off yet is because this bracket's got to come off first, and we're going to wait till tomorrow when we can get a puller to pull this off and just get all this off at once. Corey pulled all the plugs out, and what'd you say there was?
Yeah, there's about four bad valves from what we can tell.
4 bad cylinders.
Yeah, and 3 of them especially were really wet with fuel. Yeah. So not ideal, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely some funky stuff going on.
Yeah, but it'll be all right.
But inside, like, it looks really clean.
Yeah, there's no sludge or anything. So
yeah, it smells a little gassy, but I mean that's to be expected.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like, once again, it's going pretty well. I haven't broken any exhaust bolts, which is quite a surprise. Some of them were putting up a little bit of a fight, but they all came out pretty okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and pull this intake off, and then try to pull this head off.
Okay.
Big thanks to Corey for doing pretty much, I'd say 60% of all this.
I've done it so many times before.
Okay, Mr. LS guy. Oh yeah.
Hey, I was a small block guy before I was an LS guy. Oh no, the cool's getting in with the wood.
Oh no. Well, that's off. We also figured out, we saw that this truck has had the passenger side head gasket replaced, as you can see there. Other side didn't, from the looks of it. Looks like the intake gaskets are both the same. They're definitely been replaced. Intake's off. Oh yeah. Just been setting all the parts, you know.
All the important stuff, electronics and stuff inside.
Yeah, important stuff inside, and then just whatever stuff in the bed. Still going pretty well. I'd say we're on what, maybe the 3rd or 4th floor right now.
Yeah, something like that.
We're I'd say the 1st and 2nd floor is going to be when we pull these heads off. Let's see what we got. So I guess now it's time to pull this head off, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. All right, guy got all the head bolts broke loose, and now we're just zapping them out, and we'll come back whenever we're about to pull the head and see what the cylinder walls look like after 230,000 miles.
Yeah, 233, I think.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hurry up because it's getting pretty dark.
Yeah, we're losing sunlight, so.
We're definitely getting this head off tonight, but that one's probably going to be for tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's more of a project.
Yeah, so no big deal. Look at this one. This one's a gusher. That's why you put thread sealant on those. Because as Kevin at Junkyard Digs would say, if you don't put sealant on those when you put them back in, you're going to have a bad time. Crikey. If we look over here, we've got a TBI owner in his natural habitat doing a head job on a TBI Chevy. Crikey. All right.
I guess I'll just set it down right here.
Yeah. Pull it off, set it up and over.
Oh.
See what it looks like.
Might get a mount or something. I know I got all the bolts out.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
I got new ones.
You sure you got all the head bolts?
I don't know. I've been in this situation before. Cut to the clip.
Might want to take all the bolts out.
I did. Thought I did. All right. What did I miss? Oh.
They're gonna take all the bolts out, dumbass.
The trusty Harbor Freight light.
Yeah. That's too close. Ah, my feet.
Ah, scratched. Let's run it and send it to the scrapyard.
This more better spot.
More gooder.
Yeah, more gooder. There you go. Just had to yank it like a man.
Be a man.
Up and over. Okay.
Here, I'll take that.
Yep. All right, set you over here.
Oh, it's blurry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll look at you in a minute, little guy.
Dude, these honestly, at first glance, look
Dude,
flawless.
Look. Dude, look. It's still got a bunch of cross hatching.
Yeah.
Does it have a ring ridge?
Is that a scratch or is that just water running down?
No. It's
there.
that's water running down.
Oh, yeah.
But look at all the cross hatching still in there.
Yeah, we got
That's
cross
really good.
hatching, good, clean carbon deposits, not like a bunch of junk. I've pulled heads off of these and I've seen so much worse.
Dude, there's not even a ring ridge.
Well,
Wow.
that's pretty awesome. This is the good side of the motor though,
Well, the better side.
but it still looks a lot better than I was expecting,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, this is healthy so far.
Focus. Yeah.
Good old stock dome piston, excuse me, dish pistons.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that
Yeah,
gasket off.
head gasket.
If it'll come off.
We're gonna have to clean that surface. Or are we? Not very much.
Yeah, we'll just do a light cleanup on it.
It didn't really
But
stick.
As you can see, it's got a aftermarket Velcro head gasket on this side.
Yeah, other side might be a little hard to peel off because we think it's the original one.
Yeah,
I don't know why anybody would change one head gasket and not the other one, but
just to get by, because I mean, I've seen it where engines will literally pour water out of the exhaust on one bank. That's probably what was happening on this side. He knew that it was just this one side.
what do we got here? Kind of hard to tell. This
By
one looks
looking at
weird.
them. Yeah, that one's like extra clean. That one's extra wet, which is the intake valve. So they're going to intake valve. Yeah, so it looks like you have. That could be water that got on that one. Looks
Yeah,
like
but
you
look
got
at that exhaust valve compared to this one.
Well, yeah.
It's brown.
Which could be either from the intake valve leaking by so bad or the exhaust valve. But especially that one and those two are particularly ungood looking.
Yeah.
I know you'd have to clean it to really see, but I don't see any cracks between the valves, which is normally where they crack. So I think we're good.
On this side, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. We got this head off.
Guess we'll be back tomorrow and pull that head off.
Yeah.
The next day.
Alright, so I never was a morning person, but this morning has not been quite a good one. We got up and we went to O'Reilly's and got one of these 3-jaw pullers, which we're really supposed to get a special tool that's supposed to grab on this, but the nearest access we have to that is like, you know, half an hour away, and we didn't feel like doing that, so we tried that and it didn't work too well. We kind of chewed up the pulley a little bit. We straightened it back as best we could and it'll probably be fine. But what we're probably going to end up having to do, because we're impatient, is we're going to cut this bracket right here so that we don't have to worry about that bolt, and then just zap all the other bolts out. And then down here there's a bolt which we may be able to get off, or we may just have to cut it here also, because that wouldn't really matter because it's bolted here, and that'll be fine.
We're smarter than the manufacturer.
Yeah, this is a really, really bad design. I don't know what was going through their heads when they made this. Why they couldn't just make this pulley like this one, where it just bolts on? No, they wanted to make this one press fit. I'm sure there's ways around this, but this is honestly bullshit. So, but we're gonna see what we can do with that, and then try to get this head off.
All right, got the head ready to come off.
Yeah, this was fun. There's 2 bolts in here. Those were easy to get to, but this one we had to cut it. There's a plane going by, that's annoying.
Missed it.
But so we cut this, and this is now free. You can jiggle this back and forth. Get on there.
Yeah, like cut that other stupid bracket that goes over there.
Yeah.
So we just made it better.
Yeah, and once it all bolts back, this will be perfectly solid. So
yeah,
it's like I said, it's a pretty chicken shit design they got going on.
It's
over
not
here.
like the old small block Chevys, you know, the ones that have the V-belt drive. It's not like they didn't just have 2 points holding the alternator on.
Yeah,
that, you know,
all it had was the water pump and the alternator, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, let's see what's under cylinder head number 1.
Might be a little more interesting. Oh, also, we found out this motor's been rebuilt. Because
I was sitting over here watching him, and I noticed, I was like, oh, well, it says 0.40 on it, on all the pistons. So this motor's been rebuilt. So that makes more sense why it has perfect cross hatching. But at the same time, this head's already been off again, has a Velcro gasket. That one hasn't been off since the rebuild that I can tell. And it's pretty nasty, so who knows how long this engine's been in here being rebuilt, but just weird that the heads have already messed up again.
But somebody went through this trouble.
Yeah, not us. We're smarter than that. Gotta pull it. Come on, big strong. Oh yeah, look at that. Careful.
Almost fell over. Hey, this is a Velcro gasket.
Oh, is it just a lot dirtier?
Yeah. Look at that.
Okay. Okay, so the heads. So this, yep, there you go. The other head has the same heat stamp on it. So yeah. So this thing hasn't been apart since the motor was rebuilt then.
Now, this cylinder looks particularly wet.
Well, it does have a lot of coolant in it.
Well, I know, but look at the top of the piston where the coolant hasn't been. I mean, it could have just leaked down over it. Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
We got a good crosshatch in there. Well, not quite as good as the other one. This one has a little bit of a score, actually. But still, I'd say better than I was expecting, because this was definitely the bad side of the motor. That's all I can see is that little score, but I see it, but I don't really feel it. So cylinder number 3 looks questionable. How does number 3 on the head look, or do you?
It looks the wettest.
All right, so we got this head off, and as I was pulling this gasket off, I noticed, oh, yeah. And then if you come over here, that block is cracked and torched, just terrible.
It's got a dip in the middle as well. Head is also torched, and the head also has a dip in the middle, which the head can be resurfaced easily. The block would have to come out to get surfaced. So
this is definitely the first floor. We've definitely hit the bottom.
Yep.
I thought maybe that was the first floor, but that was maybe the 4th or 5th. This is bad. This is really bad. This is...
Never seen that before on a small block Chevy.
I am so butthurt about this. So, there are some options though. We might be able to do like some kind of redneck welding job and fix that, which I doubt. Cracked. I mean, it's cracked in like several spots there. It needs to be either redone or replaced. I'm gonna go cry for a little while and try to figure out what we're gonna do, and we'll be back. Well, I guess that's gonna do it for now on this truck. Kind of sad. I got my hopes up way too high for it. I honestly thought it was just valves, but I probably should have known by how bad the exhaust pressure was. I was a little butthurt at first. I'm still not too happy about it. That's so bad. This block is no good. I mean, it's a shame because those are all new. Well, yeah, those are all new pistons, and it's got really good oil pressure, so I'm sure there's really good bearings in there. But this block is just done, and it could be bored, or it could be decked over, but I don't want to do that because, for one, it's expensive, and also the block's already been bored over, so for them to have to deck it, they would have to re-sleeve it, and I don't know, it's just a little sketchy. So probably just gonna end up finding a motor on Facebook or something, do a compression check on it before I put it in there, and put that in there, and then probably use these heads. These heads can be redone. This is the one that was on the bad side, and it's pretty torched also, but they should be able to fix that. And if not, like I said, I can find a motor on Facebook for like 200 bucks or something, 300 bucks. I'm not gonna give up on it. I'm gonna try and fix it because I really like the rest of the truck. The rest of the truck is in great shape. But that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching.